We're live. All right. I think we are live. Let's just give it about 5-10 seconds there, Mr.
Right.
Shorthand, and then we'll get going. And I believe, look at that. LinkedIn's going fast. Good morning, LinkedIn. It's Dave Wilson of Results Staffing. And I am here with the world's famous Richard Rosner, the staffing shark of HireMe Staffing in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. How you doing, Rich?
Here we go, Dave. In the morning, kickstart my heart. You know it, right?
What?
Got to hear the guitar riff. Everybody, energy.
Is that Ozzy? Where's it at? I thought you were going to hit Ozzy Osbourne or something. Wasn't that Crazy Train?
All righty.
Oh, you don't even hear me. Was that Crazy Train?
That was, no, Kickstart My Heart, Motley Crue.
All right, well, I knew it was close. Hey, Cash, there's my son saying hi. All right, that's good. So how's it going, sir?
Hey, very busy, buddy. Very, very busy, Dave. As you can see, traveling around the country here, helping people out, man. That's what we're doing.
Tell us about that. You were all over the place. Jeez.
Yeah, I started a campaign about a month and a half ago, always thinking outside the box, jobs across America. So I'm actually going to towns across the area and self-funding myself to help people find jobs and connecting with companies. So been in Myrtle Beach, Charleston, South Carolina, and Youngstown, Ohio. And I'm going to go to Cleveland pretty soon. That's why I got my Indians hat on. So that's my next stop on my tour. It's amazing. It's amazing how in 1 week, how much impact we can make, and forget about money, forget about prices. It's all about connecting everybody together right now. Like I always say, give equals growth. If anybody listens to this, give equals growth. Don't just take.
God, you got me all pumped up already, man. I'm like, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's still 9 o'clock there, but wow. How's everything been going in the staffing world though itself over there with everything with the COVID? Are you using the green?
Yes, we were in the green, but now we're back to a mask. Actually, Allegheny County and Pittsburgh, none of the bars, restaurants are opening. They shut everything down again because, 4th of July weekend, everybody took advantage of it. And, you say 50 people go in a restaurant or bar, then they put 500 in there, and then it's on social media. And the governor and also the mayor said, no way.
Well, I tell you what, you come over here. We went to the green, but there are so many jobs, Rich. I'm telling you, Taylor and Jenny, there's over 6,000 job openings right in this area, and that's only logistics. That's logistics, and then you're talking, what was that, customer service? It was at 3,000-4,000, only like 800 to choose from. With the supply and demand report. Same with CNAs, and it was insane. And we sat at the table, we were looking at it, and you're like, how to get, and the low numbers of the pool was because naturally we were all, people are still off of work.
Yes, exactly.
So that's in about 2 more weeks, like we just talked before, that $600 is going away, the 28th, I believe it is.
It is. And nobody is pre-planning ahead. A lot of people are still waiting and saying, well, I'll just wait till August. I'm telling everybody, you got to start now. I mean, that's why you got to call me or, yourself, right? I mean, we'll plan you there and it's free of charge, right, Dave? I mean, it's free of charge for all job seekers.
Well, that's what I feel like anymore. But you know what? My struggles is, whenever I say it's time to vent, I put on my head. It's time to vent. And I really wish some of the companies around here, the logistics and the staffing, is they would just change a little bit. Like when I say change, now's the time. We've talked about it a couple times. Now's the time because you can change things right now because COVID. You can blame it on COVID, but to look what's working now, it's not. I mean, when you have all these job openings, you have drive-through job openings. Now, some of them work. I see 3 people in a line in their car, and you got 5 recruiters standing outside. 5, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, But because the other day I was saying, what did we learn? It's remote. You can do everything. If I could send you the drug screen through this right now, we'd be gold.
Bingo.
So if you figure that out, I think we can retire.
Well, just let you know, I will pass a drug test if you send me one. So
Yeah, through this little camera here, I'm going to send it to you. But if we could figure that out, you wouldn't even have to worry about it.
Exactly. The drive-throughs, I think it was a great idea. Is it effective? Once again, it's so much just like a career fair. People have to show up. I mean, why not just do everything virtual, Dave? That's what we're going to. I preach that to everybody, virtual.
Right.
I mean, that's what it is. It's about talking on, video resumes, all that good stuff that we keep talking about all the time. It just, it takes about 7 times to get in people's brains that, hey, it's time for us to rock it out,
It is. And hey, look who's on.
Oh, my. Straight from Miami, Florida, right? Or Lauderdale. There he is. The mayor of South Beach.
This Tuvia comes on. There he is. Tuvia comes on and he causes disruptions. But this man here, he's a genius. He's a genius. So
I mean, his platform is incredible. It's amazing.
What he does, I'll tell you what that was up, that's what he utilizes. And he knows what he's doing.
I have to give him a shout out, man. He threw me a little dig yesterday. It was great. Hey, I love it, Tuvia. It's great, man. Hey, I'm here to find people jobs, not women. Come on now.
Your biceps, that one picture?
It just was an average picture, just pumped up and just enjoying life and energy, Dave. That's all it's about, right? You got to take care of yourself before you take care of everybody else, right?
What do you do to that arm to get it that big, man? That looks like a friggin' big ass arm.
Lot of protein. And something I'm going to actually tell everybody right now, you're going to love this. Another idea. It's going to be coming up soon. It's going to be called Pump Up Your Interview. I'm going to actually teach you how to eat healthy the day of the interview and the night before to make you a rock star. So many people go on an empty stomach to an interview. We never talk about this stuff, Dave. We never talk about, it's all about the skill set. But what if you go with a hungry, you're hungry, you're rushing out the door. We got to set this up where, you're eating oatmeal, blueberries, cup of coffee, throw some gum in before you go into your interview. That confidence builder will put you to the next level.
Woo! Yeah, it makes me go, look, chocolate milk and coffee. I'm ready to go, this morning.
You are energized.
We were talking yesterday in the office about the video resumes and how we can find, I call it the new workforce, because there's a lot of great candidates and skill set that have lost their jobs, furloughed, and they're not going back. And how are you going to place them into jobs that they haven't done for a while? Because there's, let's just take an HR example. We've had a lot of HR directors that had lost their positions. So now you have somebody with 16 years, 17 years to start back all over at a company because they're, majority of them are filled. What do you do? How do you skill market that person?
Well, what I've seen on my side and across the country, just traveling around, Dave, is a lot of companies and hiring managers are throwing some of the skill set out. If you can adapt and bring energy and confidence, it's what I said in my post yesterday, confidence, they will teach you. That's the big thing now. It's about motivating, being confident, and having some skill set, but we can get you to that next level if you're willing to learn.
That's what my neighbor, she said it perfect. I said, have you found a job yet, Christine? She's like, Dave, she says, I've been looking, but her pay rates, and I get it. She was at a company for a long time. Her pay rates are low, but when I go, they told her, the one said she was overqualified. And then a couple jobs, she said she was not qualified. And I'm like, how? She goes to work every day. If you're at a company for 10 to 15 years, you go to work. So she was like, why don't they train me? She says, I can pick up real quick. And that's where it hits you. It's like, I believe that they're going to have to go back to some kind of training. They're going to have to. Because
exactly.
The scale, I mean, all right, you want this, but you only have this. So why get rid of the 50% when that person's going to come to work? Train them, teach them. They're going to show value as soon as they start.
What I think that's where we have to come in as the staffing experts to educate HR and hiring managers. I mean, they have one mindset sometimes, and we got to educate, show the proof. The proof's in the pudding. I mean, me and you're on the streets all the time. I can tell them what they're looking for. I mean, I know what's out there, and you do too. It's like, and don't sugarcoat it,
No, and that's
be real.
I met with some great clients, and I think the decision makers, when you're looking at 38% markup versus a 40% or 44%, you have all these staffing companies, right? How's it working for you? That's what I say. How is it working for you? Because I don't know how to get through to them that if you really vet the employee. Now with us, you might get a few less. If you send 10 good people, 10 good candidates that you've spent a lot of time on, I believe that they're going to stay. You might get one fall off versus just body filling, throwing in 20, 30.
And where's your production going to be? Totally up, because them 10 workers are going to get overtime. That's more than having 20 people that's just sitting there on their cell phones or running outside the door or doing whatever, Yep.
And I have Cynthia is on. Cynthia has done one of our video resumes. She's been awesome, Rich. She came over with her husband. It was great. Good morning. I've done career fairs in the past. However, when I'm looking over the list, I'm not interested in them. I no longer go being represented. So, and I understand that, because if you don't take the time with that person at the job fair, if you don't take that 5 minutes and talk to that person, that's what it's about, the communication. You need to make them feel wanted, not just like, oh yeah, sign the sheet, sign here, right? And that's it. Give me your resume. That's it.
Totally agree. And every career fair that I go to, I don't like them. I never liked them, never got anything out of them. All I say, the other companies, guess what they're doing the whole time? On their cell phone, Dave. They're on their cell phone or working. If you're at a career fair, you should have your laptop away. You should be energized in front of the booth, bringing people in, embracing them, telling them what you can offer. And then you know what? Even if they can't be a fit, they might have a friend or an aunt, an uncle. Yep. That's what the staffing industry has to get into. I mean, I've seen it over and over. I don't know how long I can keep preaching about it, which, hey, if you want to keep doing it the old way, that's good for you. That's more benefits for me, is what I say. It's like you can't just say the same thing over and over. And it's so boring, Dave. The webinars and everything that I listen to, guys, put some pep in your step. That's why we're having this morning call right now. Most people are probably in their office looking out the window saying, I can't wait till lunchtime. Me, I don't have enough time in a day. Neither do you, Dave. We're 24/7, buddy.
Yeah, no, and I agree totally there, because when you said about the job fairs, it's all right. I get the 8 to 5 or it's 8 to 12. I was at one to where they started packing up 1 hour earlier.
Yes.
What are you doing that for? You still had a couple people walking in. It didn't make sense.
It's amazing. And then what happens is they take all them resumes back. They shoot you a bogus email. They don't even know who the people are. It's, they should be giving a business card out. I mean, I think all they do is give out like little, pens and footballs and that stuff. That's really going to get people, excited about a job, right? A little football, they're going to give their kid, and that's it. Come on.
Yeah. And then around here, it's just the same thing. Hey, come on down, 15, 20 an hour, skill, no background check, show up, start tomorrow. And then please, tell us to ship. I'm like,
well, here's the big thing that we need to tell people. We are not recruiters, Dave. I know, I'm not a recruiter. I'm a job agent. I tell everybody that. I'm here to represent you. And that's the bottom line. This stuff where you're on the phone. I talk to candidates every day. Guess how long a recruiter stays on the phone? The average is a minute and a half. A minute and a half with a person. Hi, how you doing? Hey, I have an engineering job. I'm going to submit you. The guys, they're like, what? Where am I going? Oh, I can't tell you the company's name. With me, I'll tell you the company's name, because I got no shame, because at the end of the day, that company's working with me no matter what. The more you open up to somebody, the more successful we're going to be in this business. And we all got to get on the same page. That's the thing.
It is. And I've told so on social media that some companies won't allow the staffing agencies to say their name. And that is totally wrong, because either you don't, why wouldn't you want your name out there? Why wouldn't you want me to say, let's say Coca-Cola and Pepsi? Why wouldn't you want to say 25 openings at Pepsi? Wow. Pepsi.
I know.
You know, or, all right, say the other company that they're like, oh, hell no. Why? Why do they say that? Because it's either the reputation, all right? They don't, a lot of the candidates, well, I'm just a number. They don't care. You know, oh, I missed a day or two. They didn't listen. And there's always two sides.
Oh, yeah.
But it takes a while. If that bigger company has a bad reputation, it needs to be fixed. You know?
Exactly.
You know, Kim said, Kim's like, right.
You're right on. I work with a couple companies now, and they had to change their name, but they still have that, you know, that small town rep that, you know, they burn and turn is what they call it. You know what I mean? So how do you get people to go there and say it's a different environment? And, you know, you gotta talk to the companies.
What I do is, like, right now, and I tell people, like, one of the great companies around here, Phillips Pet Food and Supplies, right? I really like them. They're a great company. They need a lot of people. So I've told people over and over, I would be out there, because you don't see as many live videos. Now, a lot of people don't like to do live. That's okay. Find somebody that does. There's one person in that office that'll be daring enough.
Oh, yeah.
I would be out here right now. They're having a job fair. I'd be like, hey, this is Dave Wilson of Results Staff. I'm over here in Easton, Pennsylvania. Hey, guess what? Phillips Pet and Feed Supply is hiring $15 an hour. It's not seasonal, and it's not a temporary job. 15 plus incentive, great benefits. If you're making $13 down the road, a temporary, why don't you come on over? Why don't you come on over here and work? Come to our job fair on Saturday from, what is it here, like 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Come on out, because we'll be here for you. You might even walk away with a job. They have 401ks, full-time benefits. What about your family? I would be saying that, and then I would boost that thing all over the freaking Easton Coast.
You're selling me right now, Dave, with that energy right then, instead of saying, well, we got a job and this is what it's like. And it's all about energy, capturing the audience. This is not rocket science, guys. It's not. It's capturing the audience. I mean, that's what we need to do.
And I get all worked up about it, because I just wish that the videos, I put up my insights, Rich. When you look on that, I'm not afraid to put it up there. You can see when you just do a job posting, look at it. You'll see it shows 5 people saw it. Organic reach, 5, 7. But look down lower. I'm not afraid to put it up there, because I don't have as many jobs. If I did, my page would get a heartbeat, baby. Oh man, it would get a heartbeat. Those applicants would come pouring in. But I don't lie. I shouldn't say lie. If I don't have a job, I don't post it. That's why I'm low right now. It's lower.
Exactly.
But look at that video. You'll see it's right there. It doesn't lie. You see the views and you see the reach, and you're like,
it's incredible. And you know about job postings, I've seen yesterday, Dave, on Indeed, Monster, and these are the big box companies too. It's a paragraph. They need to do bullet points, and you highlight some stuff that's key. I mean, nobody's going to read 3 paragraphs of what this job's about. Come on, let's hit the bullet points, and they get them interested, and then talk more details when you get them on the phone. I see this all the time. Like, wow, who's posting this stuff? And you know, you're like, well, I don't get no responses. It's your presentation, guys. I mean, it's your presentation.
It is. And years ago, you have to agree with me this, and I'm guilty. I'll be the first to admit, listen, I worked my way all the way up to the branch manager, the market manager, and all that. I know logistics and the professional staff. I'm learning more and more every day. It's a little bit harder, but it's all the same concept. We would always bring in the candidates, and you had them in a room, you talked to them as the staffing, then you toured them of the job. You toured them.
Yes.
And then at the end, I would always say to them, listen, if this job is not for you, it's okay that you tell me, Dave, you know what, this isn't for me. I like that, because
totally agree.
Thank you. We'll try to find you something else. Because if not, we would tell the client, oh yeah, you got 10 people showing and only 3 would show up. You know, why?
Well, here's the big thing, Dave. When you do these tours, and I do the tours all the time, I show up with them, because if you don't show up, I'm going to be there to introduce them to the person's taking them on the tour. You see what I mean? So, we're the mentor the whole way through. And then they have the group discussion, and we go back to the boardroom, and then exactly what you said. Does anybody have questions? Think about it overnight. But no, here's what happens with staffing firms. Well, I want them to start tomorrow because I'm going to lose 10 people. It's about money. People, it's not about money. It's about people's lives and putting them together. The money will come at the end. Trust me. I've been doing this for like almost 10 years. The money will come at the end. Worry about the people and get a great group of people to, go to work. And we say that over and over again, but it comes down to dollars and cents. And you can see now, I see other staffing firms that are panicking now because they're just using that same old method, And they're like, I'm not going to lie. My job's across America. I have some people saying you cannot be doing this for free. You should be charging for your value. No, my value is in helping everybody. I don't put a dollar sign on my value, and I think everybody needs to have that mindset. Yeah, we all have to pay bills and stuff, but we also have to give.
Yep. And what I like about it is you said it exactly. Look, Tuvia, that's what I tell employers. That's what Tuvia says, and that's correct. Is the same thing that you said is honesty towards the companies, right? Be honest and be realistic.
Yes.
Be realistic. I am not going to promise you something I can't deliver. And again, wow, I'm admitting to it. Listen, when you got 14 staffing companies on one street, you have the same pool of people to choose from. They go from one to the other, all the way around. That's the way it is.
Yep. They're on a million different teams, and it's sad because they should stick with one or two. I mean, I guess you could have a couple options, but if you're going to every agency, then that agency's not giving you customer service. And when people say customer service, I've seen it. It's not great. It's not. I mean, this is where we need to step this up with everybody. But, we're only 2 people. The coalition hopefully will grow down the road. But these job seekers, they need to, we need to respect them. I think that's a big thing. Nobody respects them. Without them, Dave, me and you don't have a job, right?
No. And what I tell people too is some people say to me, why are you spending an hour on the phone with that person? I get it. Sometimes I say to myself, wow, I have a lot going on now. I just spent an hour on the phone. But that one person like Cynthia, we're trying to help. That goes a long way because she will tell somebody and that person will tell somebody. And then that referrals, like we've talked about before.
Referrals, brother. Yep.
It'll just keep coming down because did I make money within that hour? No. But let me tell you, when I find Cynthia, we will find you a job. That video resume, she did awesome.
Awesome. Check it out.
But and a lot of the companies right now, I've sent them and they've opened it. That's what I like about Duck and Al is, and you see that activity. I can tell when the employer opened it. That's what's nice.
Yeah.
So I know I just went off topic there a little bit with the video resume, but at least then with versus Indeed and Career Builder, Monster and all that, somebody looked at that video. Somebody,
And we're all visual these days. Visual. I mean, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, love them. It's just bombarded with people. I mean, how do you have all day to go through resumes? You don't, right? No. And the video with the link, Dave, the way you set up the video resume with the link and stuff like that, it's amazing. I mean, Duck and Al, I got to give them some props. I mean, Vic and them guys over there are doing a rock star job over in Chicago. So, yes,
and I wish they would take, it can be used in all skill sets. It doesn't matter.
No, general labor people need to get on this too. I keep telling everybody, I said, this is not for the IT and engineering. This is for the person that could be a housekeeper to a laborer. I mean, it's all.
It is. And it's a database, and it gets that candidate in front. You're not a piece of paper.
No.
You're not a PDF file. As Vic always says, you're not just a PDF file.
You're exactly right. And then, you know what, Dave, here's something else that bothers me is when you see these companies, staffing firms, and they say they have a database of 2.4 million candidates. How many are living? I see this all the time, and I'm like, what do you have, about 20 people that know who you are? I mean, 2.4 million in your database does not mean they're actual candidates. So any companies out there, if people go in and they say they have 100 job openings, you don't have 100 job openings. One staffing firm, two staffing firms. They're collecting resumes and data so they can spam you later. I get spammed all the time right now, Dave. I got 7 different staffing firms spam me. Do I want a job being a bookkeeper and all this? I'm like, what? And you should see this stuff. I'm going to have to send it to you. Very vague. It's awful. It's like 4 paragraphs, some red font. You can't even read it. I'm thinking they're just throwing this stuff against the wall,
No, and Kim says a great thing. I'm a seeker, and I feel like I'm a piece of paper because no one takes the time. No, I'm sorry, I go off script there.
Totally agree, Kim.
I call you back in a single call, and she's 100% correct. So, Kim, if you do a video resume with us, we'll take care of you to help you out. Listen, I never promised the job. I can't even promise the interview sometimes. But I tell you what, I can work hard for you and try.
Exactly, Kim. And that's what me and Dave are for. We can't find you a job, but you know what? We can motivate you. We can help you in life. All my candidates or anybody calls me and we just talk about anything. That's one thing you go say about me and Dave. You got a friend in the staffing industry for life. That's what we are, man.
And what I like too, when you said about, I put this out here the other day, Career Builder, for example, there's 4,000 resumes when I go to my portal that have applied, and I never had gotten back to some of them because I didn't need to. They weren't qualified.
Yes.
So, and I missed so many. I was like, wow, I missed so many good resumes. So what I did, Taylor sat over there, we went ahead, we did check all, 25 at a time. 25 at a time. A personal email. Hi, we don't have the job openings right now, but we are opening. We're excited. We have, check out our new webpage. You can apply there. Please, tell your family and friends, but we're here for you, and we're just trying to find clients, but we need your help.
Bingo.
Let me tell you, out of the 4,000, and Taylor was sitting here, we could not believe the amount of thank yous. And then some of them were like, some of the people were like, oh, I didn't even know that I applied for this job. I was like, no. I mean, a lot of people click. So, and Cynthia was telling Kim that's so true, and it is. But I don't know what to say much more, like the value. I want to go touch one more subject. And the value, what is the value of a markup percent? Again, go back to 38%, let's just say. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And I tell people, listen, I'll break the numbers down, and you can too. 38% markup. You think some of the companies think, oh wow, you're making a lot of money. You know what? Come on this side, because let's show P&L together. Let you show me your P&L, and I'll show you mine. Because when I sit here, I was telling Jenny, when I make, oh my God, the one 76 cents profit after the benefits, and that's out of 38 because of the workers' comp.
You're right.
Unless you're in volume. I wish they could see that. Everybody thinks that's high. We have to make our numbers. We have to keep the costs down. And that's where I want to say to them all the time, how's it freaking working for you? Sorry.
No, totally exactly. You're exactly right, buddy. I mean, with all the expenses we have, what do we have left at the end? But a couple crumbs, right?
Yeah.
For a beer. And that's about it. And companies have to realize that, I mean, what I'm doing over here, Dave, I have, it's called a Revive Workforce Discount. I give them a discount right off the bat, but my rate's a lot higher. I'm at point like a 45%, 47%, but I'm going to drop that down a little bit. But it's about, we have to educate them. I think it's over and over. And as much as I want to say this, if they don't want to be on the same page as us, we move on to a different client. I'm not here to take every client, which I know I worked for companies where they just grab everybody. They want every client and then they don't service anybody. I want a core of good family people that we're on the same page. And if we don't, I get up in the meeting and says, you know what? Stay with the staffing firms you are. Oh, no, you sit back down. No, I'm not a fit because I'm not going to work in this kind of environment. You know what I mean? We both got to be on the same page.
And that's right. Exactly. I talked to Don about that yesterday. And I can't do it with this one company. He was a great man. I'll tell you what, beliefs. I enjoyed my meeting so much yesterday, and
I know you did. You're excited about it.
I told you we tried, and I have to tell him today. And he might be watching, but I have to tell him. I don't want to mention his name and stuff, but I can't. I have to walk. I could take it at that percentage. I could take it in a heartbeat. But if I know I'm not going to be successful,
and you're going to be up 24/7, burning yourself out for something and just spinning your wheel like we talked about,
Yeah, and I can't do that. I cannot take on a client that I'm not going to be successful at. As much as everybody said, get your foot in the door. No. Now, if I was with a corporation, those days were like, get that sale. Get that sale. It doesn't matter in my mind. When I was in those meetings doing those sales, in my mind, I was like, I don't want this friggin' thing. There's that person doesn't even like me. I can tell. That one's not even paying attention because she's on her cell phone. This guy here looks tired as hell. And then I'm pleading, saying, hey, I'll give it to you for, all right, 32%. How's that? Then you go back, your company's like, hey, we got
and you keep your job for the next 3 months, right?
Yeah, 1.4 million account, and then you get a freaking phone calls because you can't fill the damn orders. Yep. Because every other company's tried the same damn thing and they won't listen. That is what it is. But that's the difference of corporate versus what we do now. I can say what I want. I always say tell the truth, but
no filter, Dave. No filter today, buddy. Ever.
I don't know how to tell the truth. I'm telling the truth, but they don't listen. If the gentleman that I would have loved to take the sale from, right? He was the first general manager that I can say in 10 years that I could have sat there for 3 hours and talked with him. 3 hours. Best general manager. His thought process is the same thing. He taught me about transforming within a core about 18 months. If you're going to make a change of a culture, if you're going to change, it could take you up to 18 months by getting that right team and weeding out, everything like that. It was a great discussion. And he's right. Awesome. But trying to get corporates to listen to that, it's all about no.
Well, we're gonna build a coalition, Dave. And while we're on live, we might as well say, hey, if there's any staffing owners out there that think like us, reach out to myself, Shark, or we want to talk to you. I'm telling you straight up now, staffing owners, if you need help and you want to put brains together, call us, reach out to us. We want to talk to you. And I mean, seriously, Dave, I just want to throw that out there because there's other staffing owners out there that are thinking the same way, that might be kind of shy. Reach out. We're going to build this whole coalition. We're going to change this workforce one way or the other. I mean, we're not going to stop.
It is because everybody has certain skills. And we talk about, we're that fabulous 5, and we'll talk about that again, that we're trying to find 3 more. I know, we're trying to find 3 more recruiters around the States. And we have the page. The page is all set up. So we got 3 other recruiters that feel that they can fit the par and have our own job board and, fill the orders. But I like that. You came up with that. The fabulous 5. And it's working together. But like you said, and we'll end it here. God, we're at 34 minutes. It's okay. I read an article this morning. It's okay to work with one of your competitors. It's okay.
Yeah. Why not?
Everybody hides it though. Oh boy, don't tell them, hey, I'll send you 25 people if you send me. Come on.
I mean, maybe next week I'll just tell everybody all the companies I have on LinkedIn. They can go after them. Try to go fish for them. See if they're going to knock me down. You're not going to break me. You're not.
Now you're going to bring me to one more subject, and I'm going to go off subject, and here you go. So when you just said that advertising, I was told when I was into my vision's been social media, and I don't care what anybody says. That's my specialty. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
When two visions don't match, and that person, salespeople were telling me, "Oh, don't do that." When I would do a live video, so I would be outside like James River. I stopped over in Easton because I know manufacturing. I'd be like, "Hey, everybody, Dave Wilson, former company. Hey, I just stopped out here and over at James River in Easton. I met some great people. I dropped some cards off. Really nice people. And the lady in the guard shack, she was funny, and it was just great. So I wanted to know if they needed staffing help." Well, I'll tell you what, man, when you get a seasoned salespeople, and I get it. Listen, I'm 53. I get it. I'm
60. 53, Dave. I thought you're 35.
No, but 53, I've always wanted to say, well, back in the day, they were saying that don't do that. I had to stop. Don't do that, Dave, because the other companies are using you for sales. Wow. Good luck with that.
If that's the way you think,
yeah.
Goodbye. You know what?
There is, because everybody was jumping. Do you really think? Go to James River. Go there. Go here. Go there. I don't care, but I'll tell you what. They knew where I was. I did my job. I just didn't drive around on some salespeople. Yeah, well, I stopped here. You didn't even stop. Well, you walked in, card off. You know, it was exposure because I said a good company.
Exactly.
Nobody ever came back to me and said, James River didn't come back and say, don't you do that. Now, I knew better. I wouldn't stand on their property. I would stand on the side. I wouldn't sit on somebody's property like that and do that, you know. But you have to change that old school version versus the new school. You know, if both of you would work together, oh, man.
And that's a big key. I mean, when I go to companies, Dave, this is something I don't wear a shirt and tie.
Yeah.
I'm in a factory and I'm tucked in, maybe a flannel shirt sometimes. I'm fitting apart like I'm a plant manager, like I'm going in. You know, and so many salespeople, they say, oh, I showed up with a shirt and tie. Why would you show up in a shirt and tie at a manufacturing facility? I mean, really. And something else, business cards. I'm a big believer on this, Dave. We're getting on a big subject now, but on my business cards in the last 4 years, I have my picture on there. You know what? When I go to trade shows, people's like, don't ever put a picture on there. Why? So if there's 150 business cards and they're going through them all, now we have the digitalized age, but back in the day, what would you do? You're like, oh, I remember him. He's crazy and funny and energetic. You know, a face goes a long way. You know when they say a picture's 1,000 words, right? I mean,
and we're all in the same. And I know we got 2 minutes here. We all have to think
Chuck Lorre, 2 and 2, right?
2 more because you get me going on those damn subjects.
2 and 2, buddy. 2 and 2.
I know, but I'm trying to get through because I always say this. I'm on LinkedIn Live right now. These are the decision makers that some of them are watching me. So I talked to somebody. I said, how am I supposed to act? Because when you do Facebook, it was totally different. That was my success. Yes. I was great. It was perfect. My stories. LinkedIn, man, when you push that button, you're like, would you hire me? And I ask people, do you tell the truth? Or do you kind of, be honest? And I struggled with that for a long time. And I just realized that just being myself is better because I'm not going to give you a line. If I can say I'll do it, I'll do it. If I can work for you, I will. Exactly.
Right off the bat, there's no initiation where you're going to be somebody and you're somebody else different. You give it all to right off the bat. This is my character. This is everything. So like it or not.
Like it or not. So, all right. 39 minutes into it.
That's great, Dave. Hey, like I tell everybody out there, love everybody. Like I said, love yourself so you can love other people all day. You know, if you need anything, reach out to me or Dave because I love life and I love putting people to work. So just, hey, thanks a lot for everything, Dave. This is a great show in the morning, buddy. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. We're rocking.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody. Let's make sure we're